up, guys? Today I'm gonna talk about communication. Again, I still have bronchitis, so I will be voice cracking in this video. So do not make fun of me in the comments below. But today I'm gonna talk about communication, and this more has to do with your skills outside of the game rather than in the game. This has nothing to do with mechanics or team practice. Kind of does. I mean, you can practice this in your scrims and stuff, or like setups and stuff. It's more like skill as an individual person that transfers to the game. And I'll talk about comms. I'll talk about like in-game comms and also like out-of-game comms. Talking over a demo and stuff. So, comms in CSGO, and this is something I've never able to master myself. I'm still working on it, and same for my teams that I've been on. My teams have always had pretty shit comms, I'll be honest. So, your communication responsibilities as a player depends on the role that you are in, whether that's CT side or T side. And I'll give an example real quick. So let's say T side. You are the trade fragger, you're like the all-star, and you're in a group setting with your IGL. Chances are you're probably not going to be talking that much because your IGL is right next to you, and he's going to be saying a lot of shit. He's going to be probably telling you what to do. What you should be saying, though, is information that you see. I would avoid making calls like certain plays, like let's hit A right now. Like that's up to the IGL to do, but your responsibility as a team player is to just feed the IGL information, whatever you see. But you probably aren't going to be talking as much as someone who is solo lurking car. He's a solo B site player. He's a lone half wall. He has car control, and he needs to fucking talk like crazy because the IGL is not next to him. It's kind of like a radius. If you're next to your IGL, you're probably not going to be talking that much except for like basic information, basic team play stuff. If you're far away from your IGL, you should be talking a fuck ton. Almost try and talk over the motherfucker, dude. Like, this guy needs information from you ASAP. And this is speaking from the standpoint of an IGL. If you are the solo like lurk on T side, like apps or B, and I don't hear shit from you, that makes my job a million times harder. And you like really dictate what I say in a round, like how I call. If you're not feeding me enough information, I don't know what the fuck to do because I don't know what you see over there. Like I've been on a lot of teams where this dude's just fucking so quiet, and that's why if I were you and I'll set up a team, put your most talkative dude next to the aside from the IGL on his own. And let that motherfucker talk, because everyone needs it. Everyone needs this dude to talk. You do not put, this is the biggest mistake I've made. I've made this mistake so many times. Do not put the quietest dude on his own, because you will not hear shit from him. And you won't know what's going on that map. So, I'm just using that as an example, though, of the difference between your roles. If you're next to IGL, you're probably not going to be talking as much, because he's going to be directing what you guys do as a group in that area. But if you're on your own, talk like fucking crazy. And if it's pugs, just talk, because everyone's kind of doing their own thing. There's no IGL. I'm talking more of a team setting. Now, when it comes to making calls, this is what I would avoid. So this also has to do with communications. If you're not the IGL, try not to make calls like, we hit B right now, because that just makes the IGL hard. It's okay to suggest ideas and be like, yo, we should probably hit B pretty soon. And if you're the lurk, you should basically be secondary calling. But if you're right next to the IGL and he's directing what's going on, let's say I'm with so-and-so and we're taking bracket control, don't be fucking telling me, let's rep Arch right now. Like, dude, we're ramping Arch. Like, do not make calls. You're not the IGL. Don't do that. There's too many cooks in the kitchen, and now the other teammates don't know who to believe. And now I have to argue with you because I don't think it's the right call. No, just feed me information so I can make a good call. And then, if I did something wrong, talk to me afterwards. That has to do with communication as well. So, yeah, if you're not the IGL, try not to calm about what you should do. But if you're alone and you're the lurk, might be a controversial opinion. I think you should be secondary calling because the IGL can't see what you're doing. If you're the lurk and you're solo car, talk a fuck ton. Maybe even suggest some ideas. And then as a team, freeze time. It's not a bad idea to suggest ideas too. Just don't overtalk the IGL when he's trying to make a call. It's not a bad idea to time out and be like, yo, I think we should do this instead. It's all about proper communication and not making IGL's job harder because it's already as hard as it is. It kind of has to do a lot with IGL, but it's also to do with comms as well because I'm getting into other things as well. So, apart from IGL and communicating with the IGL, as a player, this is something I do a lot. I'm a really emotional player. So, like, if I'm B site and I hear like 5 footsteps in the car, I'm like, B. And I'm freaking out, throwing mollies. Like, guys, it's B, for sure, they're rushing. That is way too much noise in the, the comms. Like, now they have to over talk me if they're trying to communicate something on A. Like, let's say there's a guy fucking abs shooting at someone. This guy can't communicate to his teammates if someone abs because I'm fucking yelling my ass off. So that's something that I do a lot. I'm not gonna lie, but I recognize it's a problem. So I'm working on it. But overcoming is like also not overcoming, but like loudness. Because I don't think there's a thing. I really don't believe in overcoming because there's just so much people that don't calm enough as it is. That I wish people overcalmed on a lot of my teams. But yeah, talking too loud, that's definitely a thing.
Green, what's your problem, Green?
If you fucking yell for your calls, like you're really fucking your teammates up, and I'm the first to admit it. So that's another thing you have to deal with your comms. If everyone on your team just like calm, just like yeah, 5 car, lots of footsteps, yeah, they're coming B. That makes the team. That makes the communications run so much smoother. It lets your other teammates talk to each other as well if they need something. Like, if everyone talk like that, that is like the ideal perfection of communications when it comes to Counter-Strike or anything in general. Any other types of esports or sports as well. Like, calm, precise communication, just information based. You let your teammates, judge off of that instead of just yelling and demanding and stuff like that. So that's another thing that has to do with comms. And then outside of the game itself, this is something that I've noticed in a lot of teams I've been on. And I fall victim to this too. Is like, if you feel that something's wrong, this also has to do with communication as well. Is bring it up and talk about things that went wrong during the match. Don't stay quiet because you're afraid of conflict. Like, this is how you grow as a team. So like, you didn't agree with some play that your friend made. Be like, yo, let's watch the demo back. I don't think that was smart of you. Yada yada yada. You should have stayed alive. Communicate. Talk about why you thought it was wrong. Let him discuss why he thought it was right. Come to a conclusion. See who's wrong, see who's right. It's not even about saying who's wrong, who's right. It's about growing and making the best plays everyone can as a team. To improve themselves. So that's another thing as well that I thought I'd throw in there for communication. Is just like being direct with your feelings. It more has to do with people skills and emotional intelligence, but being direct with your feelings, how you felt with the game, what you thought went wrong, and talking about it instead of just staying quiet and getting mad. 'Cause like, man, my teammate on B side sucks. Like, man, he always rushes banana, but you don't say anything about it. So like, you can't even get mad because he doesn't know he's doing something wrong. So that's another thing I thought I'd throw in for communication. But quick recap. Your comms depend on where you are and what your role is as a player. If you're alone, communicate a fuck ton. I don't think there's enough comms as it is, so don't be afraid of overcomming. Be afraid of talking too loud. If you want to be afraid of anything when it comes to comms, don't fucking yell. Keep communication short and precise. And at end of matches, or even during matches, be direct with how you feel your feelings and what you think went right and wrong, and discuss it as a team and grow as a team. Hopefully this helps. It's another Samar Rants video. What do you think? What do you think of these Samar Rants? I think it's because I can't really fucking make a strat about some shit like this. It's more of like me talking to the camera about something I think, like topics and certain ideas for the game. So hopefully this helped. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and tell me what you think.
Yeah, I'ma go fuck that bitch. I'ma go dash that bitch. Shawty gon' suck this dick. Shawty gon' suck this